Everyone, welcome back to Lyrical Resonance, where we believe that where words fail, music speaks, and I speak sometimes. Anyway, here we are continuing the album Buried Above by the band Buried Above, self-titled, super good. We just finished reacting to The Frontlines and The Awakening. Hope you watched that, because we're continuing here with their song Out of Control. Super stoked. Yeah, I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much for checking this out and seeing what we're about. Really appreciate you taking the time. If you're continuing this journey with me through Buried Above's debut self-titled album, thank you. Thank you for joining. I'm really excited about this. If you like what you see by the end of this, I'd ask you real simply, like the video, right? Leave a couple comments, even if it's just to say hi. And if you really enjoy this so far, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all the videos, because where words fail, music does speak, and we're going to continue listening to what it has to say. So let's do that now. Let's get into what Buried Above has to say through their song, Out of Control. Oh. Whew. Oh. Good grief. Hold on, I gotta take a minute. Colton, bro, this is so good. I don't know how. I don't know how you keep doing it. You keep like raising the bar. So a little background. The first song I ever heard by Buried Above was their song It's Never Too Late, and I fell in love. It's such a good song. And then I heard The Nation's Fall, which was one of my favorite songs to come out of 2021. And then we're in this journey now, where we're going through the whole album, and this is the third track on the album. I don't know. How does it keep getting better? This is so good. I love this so much. It's so good. I'm a back up a little bit, because I wanna just take this all in, and man, I'm so delightfully blown away. This is really good. All right, take a breath, collect yourself. Well, we'll get into the lyrics later. Don't worry, we're going there. But for now, let's just enjoy this. Here we go. Oh gosh. Whoa. Goodness gracious. Hold on a minute. Wait, hold on. What just happened? What just happened? That was so cool. Good grief. Didn't expect that at all. At all. That was mind-blowing. My brain hurts. That was so good. My goodness. So I gotta words, right? That was fantastic. So I really liked the progression of this lyrically. I'm not gonna do a deep dive yet. I'll save that for a minute. But just each time the chorus comes through, it builds on it a little bit. So the first chorus you had just that. Is anyone there that can hear me scream? Any hope left for a tragedy? I'm falling apart behind the scenes. I'm out of control. Can you hear me? And then the second verse was that, but then it added, does anyone see what I can see? I can't make sense of insanity. This endless cycle is spiraling. I'm out of control. But then you get to the third chorus, and they had just instrumentation-wise was so good. The way it kind of like stutter step kind of hit and built and then just exploded. I just so much goodness in that. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I'm a backup again because that was crazy and I want to hear it again. So we're going to. Yeah, I've got the controls. We're going to. So let's all right, let's keep going. Oh. Oh man. Oh gosh. Good gravy, man. Holy cow. Dude, okay. So, I said it when I finished the reaction to the front lines. This isn't even fair, man. Like, come on. How do you continue to push it like that? I mean, this is really good. I'm so reminded, and I'm going to say this, but I want to give it the fullness of thought here. I'm so reminded of Disciple as if they were meshed with like the Protest's earlier stuff. I mean, honestly, it sounds so good, and I love it. And even with it sounding kind of like those two groups, it's so its own at the same time. And I just really appreciate the sound you have going here, man. It's so good. I'm kind of beside myself. I really, when I first listened to It's Never Too Late, I had no idea that this is what we were going to get with the full length. And I'm here for it, man. It's so good. Lyrically, it interests me. It very clearly to me seems like a internal kind of battle of your own mind kind of song. That's kind of what I think. But I also noticed that there's a lot of progression to where it starts out very confident. I don't want your sympathy. I know what's best for me. I don't want your help this time. I'll do it on my own. I don't care what you say. Get out of my way. I don't want your voice inside my head. Just leave me alone. And that's the first point where you see kind of like this this crack start to show where, and it's very early in the song. That's the first verse, but you see this like crack where maybe it's a facade. Maybe I'm not that strong, right? But then the pre-chorus, you have this, it's only a moment, only a moment. I don't need your help. I can control this. It's only a moment. I can save myself. But then, is there anyone that can hear me scream? Any hope left for a tragedy? I'm falling apart behind the scenes. I'm out of control. And I'm looking at these lyrics, and there's so much that I get out of this. And I'm gonna get to like the big point for me here in a moment. But I'm taken by this. Right now, I'm trying to run, but I'm tied down because I didn't think that you'd find out, and now I'm afraid you'll turn your back and throw me to the wolves. Am I left to die? I can't close my eyes. Someone take away the poison I've trapped inside my mind. That is it. That to me is key. But then we look here to chorus 2. Does anyone see what I can see? I can't make sense of insanity. The endless cycle is spiraling. I'm out of control. I'm out of control. And then the bridge musically became such a beautiful thing. Like the melody shift, it seemed like it went to like a major key almost, and maybe I'm way off, but as I'm listening, I'm like, man, this just turned like, I don't know, almost hopeful. I can feel it coming on. It's suffocating me. Won't be long before I'm gone, lost in the disease, but I know it's not too late. So before I go insane, can I find a remedy? God, I need you now. Is there anyone? We go back to the chorus. Is there anyone can hear me? But then the second half of it is, I'm an inside-out catastrophe. My body breaks and there's no escape from the virus that this sight creates. So here's my hot take on this, and I have no idea if this is kind of the battle Colton was engaging in when he wrote these lyrics, if this is kind of like the idea, I'm going to attack this head on, right? Very similar to how Amongst the Giants attacked this topic with their song Obscene. I almost wonder if this is a song about the fight with pornography, right? Because, and again, this is my interpretation where I could kind of see hints of it here. I see it with the lyric, I know what's best for me. I don't want your help this time. I can do it on my own. Get out of my way. I don't want your voice inside my head. But then it's only a moment. It's just a moment. I can control it. I can control it. Like, I get to choose when I look. I can control it. But I'm falling apart behind the scenes. Again, is there anybody that hears me screaming? Because I'm falling apart behind the scenes. I look like I've got it all together, but I've got this thing going on that's tearing me apart. Right now, I'm trying to run, but I'm tied down because I didn't think that you would find out. But you found out, and now I'm afraid that you're going to turn your back. You're going to abandon me. I can't close my eyes. Someone take away the poison I've trapped inside my mind. Look, here's the thing. Pornography is the kind of thing that gets stuck, right? You can't unsee stuff, right? You just can't. And it's like this poison that eats away, and you think it's just a moment. I can control this. Like I can deal with this. But then I can't. I can't make sense of this. I feel like I'm out of control. It's an endless cycle that spirals where I'm going to do better and then I screw up again. But I'm going to fight this, and then we don't, right? And we always, I can feel it coming on. I can feel it. It's not going to be long now before I'm just completely gone in it. And it's not too late. I know it's not too late. But can I find a remedy? And this idea, I'm an inside-out catastrophe, is a lot of the time this struggle that so many people, not just men, but so many people find themselves in with this addiction, this fight against pornography becomes this inside-out catastrophe where on the outside we're presented well, we look okay, but then inside of us there's this huge, massive battle raging where we can't even look at the opposite sex the same way. We can't even look at people the same way. And so he says this inside out catastrophe. I'm fighting inside of me with this thing from this virus that this site creates. And so I don't know, I wonder if that's the thing. And the sad thing is, it completely devalues sex as it's intended. Like, it devalues people. It really does. And I've seen so many people argue that it's how far can we push it? Like, look but don't touch, right? Taste, feel it but don't taste it, right? This kind of idea. We're pushing the boundaries. And so I see people that argue that pornography is not really that big of a deal. But it so devalues people and frankly takes away any meaning in sexuality. And they say things like, well, it's just physical. But we know it's not. Like, it affects us mentally, emotionally. There's such a connection to it. That it's not just physical. And so this big fight, when I don't think people realize how big of a deal it actually is, right? And I don't know, I feel like the one big thing that really hammers this is that idea of being this inside out catastrophe. This, I'm trying to figure out, how do I escape from the virus that this site creates? Because you can't unsee it. It's a bell you can't unring. And the only way that you're ever going to get free of that is through God, through His strength, and finding somebody to help hold you accountable. I mean, to have somebody who has the right to take your computer, to take your phone and look through your history, right? Who has the right to call you point blank on it when you're wrong. You've got to have somebody like that in your life, because this is not something people can fight on their own. It's such a big battle, and it's one that it can lock in and like grip with its talons. And so I don't know if that's what Colton was going for here. I don't know. I have no clue. That's just what I get out of the song, is what brings to my mind is the fight against being hooked on pornography, right? That's where my mind goes. And it is such a distortion of the inherent value that people have by being created in God's image, right? It's such a perversion of what was meant to be something beautiful and meant to be within marriage, right? And I don't know, it's become so accepted. I mean, it's $1 billion industry, and I hate it. It's frustrating. There's so many things we could say about it, but I don't have the time for that, and I'm not going to get into it here. But it's just, man, it's a big fight, and you don't have to fight it on your own, but you do need to be willing to let people, the right people, hold you accountable, to be the kind of people that you are going to let say that's not okay, right? Not that they're condemning or anything. They're not bashing you over the head. They're not going to throw you to the wolves and leave you to die on your own. They're not just going to abandon you, right? They're going to help deal with the poison that we trap inside our own minds when we view this stuff, right? And so I don't know if that's what they're going for. Anyway, to the instrumentation, this is so far my favorite song on the album instrumentally. It's so good. I know I'm only 3 tracks in, but it's so good. I mean, it's heavy, it's aggressive, it's everything. It's so good. It's all the things I like. It's got great drumming. The guitar work is fantastic. Vocally dominated, right? Like Colton, my goodness, dude, so good. And so I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give this an easy 10 out of 10. Easy. I gave The Nation's Fall a 15 out of 10, kind of joking, kind of serious. But I think I like this more than The Nation's Fall. This was really good. So yeah, there we go. 10 out of 10. Let me know what you thought about the song. What do you think it's about? Like, I want to hear from you. What do you, maybe I'm way wrong on the lyrics of the song. Let me know. If there are songs you think I should get into, let me know. It might be a minute before I get to them, but let me know in the comments below, or you can email me at lyrical.resonance.ia@gmail.com. That's another way. Or find me on Facebook. There's a link in the description. You can find me there. Man, this was really, really good. we're going to continue listening through the album. I've already reacted to It's Never Too Late, which is the next song on the album. I'll go ahead and throw that reaction into this playlist, so if you want to hear my thoughts on It's Never Too Late, just go ahead and go check that out. Or if you want to skip ahead, we are going to be jumping right to Blood here in just a moment, featuring Josiah Prince of Disciple. I'm so excited. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you taking the time. If you liked what you saw, obviously I'd ask you like the video, leave a couple comments, even if it's just to say hi. And if you really enjoyed what we're about, how we get into songs, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications to stay up to date with all the videos, because where words fail, music does speak, and we're going to continue listening to what it has to say here at the channel. So anyway, that's going to do it. Until our next video, whether that's Blood or some other video I catch you on, as always, stay safe and be blessed. We'll see you soon.